So far, I've met many different animal friends that have found each other through their unusual circumstances, be they in captivity or in the wild. I've learned how important play and close interaction can be for maintaining that bond, and even keeping an animal alive. But it makes me wonder what's going on inside the body of two animals of different species that seem to be friends.
Perhaps if we could get a biological basis to their relationships, it might give us a clue as to why they'd want to hang out together in the first place.
I know.
I've come to a wildlife refuge in Arkansas in the South of America, as it's home to a variety of orphaned and abandoned animals. But two in particular, a billy goat named Elliot and a dog called Butterbean.
Do you want to say hi?
Apparently these two are best friends, and they just love messing around with each other. This could be the perfect scenario for a little experiment I want to try based on the research of Dr. Paul Zak.
Butterbean. Butterbean. We need to take your blood.
Paul studies how human hormone levels change by taking blood samples before and after a significant event.
Oh, he's back, Butterbean.
Okay.
So with the help of a local vet, we're going to see if the same can be said of these two animal friends. Does a session of bonding and playing together change the hormone levels in Elliot and Butterbean?
The goat's like, oh, it's adorable.
Okay,
All right.
Butterbean.
It's going to be easy.
Well, this is ridiculous. Look at this connection.
Is the goat going, what are you doing to my friend?
Did you get it?
Boy, yeah.
Perfect timing. Are they friends? Do they care for each other? When you see something like this, you can't help but think that that is what's going on. But if we can show there's a biological basis for this, then it might give us more clues as to why animals of different species might want to hang out with each other and play like that, like crazy things.
Paul has a controversial theory that we're investigating with these blood samples.
Look at the size of them. How many days old are they?
They're born Saturday.
He believes that oxytocin, the so-called love or attachment hormone, could be at play here.
Saffron, come and see. It's your babies. Here they are. Come and see.
Oxytocin ensures a mother bonds to her newborn baby. But Paul believes oxytocin also plays a role in cementing the bonds between friends, even if they are different species, like Elliot and Butterbean. So we've taken the blood samples before and after they've played together to see what happens to their oxytocin levels.
So we've got the two baselines of the goat and the dog,
That's correct.
and you spin that down with then post-meeting and playing around.
And we'll see what happened to them.
Okay, so spinning it down, what does that do?
I'm going to separate out the plasma from the red blood cells. So the plasma is this kind of milky substance that has the hormones in it that we want to measure. And the red blood cells we don't care about them. They just carry on oxygen, no big deal.
This has never been done before. We've never seen whether oxytocin plays a role in these cross-species relationships.
Interactions, first time. So what's going to happen? I actually don't know. So at first, if you remember, they were interacting quite slowly, and then they got really playful, and then they got a little aggressive. So a lot of things are going on there neurochemically. So we have to sort of wait and see what happens.
Having prepared the blood for analysis, Paul sent the samples off to a lab, and the results that came back were quite a surprise.
It's like the good old days all over again. I do miss this, you know.
Even though we only measured one pair of animals, they hint that oxytocin may have a role in this friendship. The dog's levels rose by 48%, and the goat, that seemed so attached to Butterbean, well, his oxytocin levels rose by over 200%. This suggests that as they played, they got a rush of oxytocin, which would have strengthened their feeling of attachment to each other all the more. Oxytocin is a powerful hormone, and it probably plays an important role in another big reason animals of different species come together, and that is motherhood.
Why do puppies smell so good?